Welcome back one and all to another episode of Wildermyth. Thank you all very much for joining me. It's been a wee while since I last played, so it's going to be a little bit of time there to get back into where we were. So we're currently over at Westwold Earthworks, about to fight a battle here. As we can see, we're building some defences. We do have infestation happening here. Where do we need to pass to next? We of course have to build across to a pass over there. Looks like we can't do anything here. For the most part, I think we've done everything on the east, northeast area. Most everything to the west, and now we're just looking to claim these ones as well. I believe we have claimed these as well when they turn white. I believe that we have indeed claimed those as our resources. Grey means that we haven't just yet, so I think after this battle we can maybe remove this infestation, build a pass across to here. Not too sure whether we should do it from here or here, but I'm sure that we'll figure it out. And then of course I think this will be the final level, which is currently locked, and then we might have, one more chapter afterwards. But in any case, we have all of our party members here. We have Bara on 7 health, Danny on 6, Red Air on 10, very tanky, on Beth on 8, and May May on 8 as well, who is a recent addition to the party. Let's start off by assaulting this area, send everybody in there. We've got tier 4, 3, 2, 2, and 3. So between us, we've got quite a worldly party. We really hope that we don't have to retire any of our party members anytime soon, but fingers crossed that's not a case. Of course, Red Air and Bara have both had close calls. I think they're the only two. I think the others are okay. And we do have Danny with an opportunity, which we will look to do after this area here, maybe. In any case, let's continue on. Pouring out there and lightning, you were right. Stormy, he says, no one get alarmed. There's a thrumble coming from the deep. The way to Westwold Earthworks follows dead roads, long washed to chalkstone, wheel scars, and memory. The uneven fields beyond the scourge get swampy, especially in fall. Some know these highlands by their colloquial name, the Drowned Hills. Got this little cave though. No, we're not doing the voices today, are we? We never do. I'm not very good with the voices. Maybe one day. Maybe you'll catch across at my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/andor, a selfless plug here. You remember it being here? How should we proceed? No, I'm not sure when, but weather may have opened it up. On a forceful gust, the rain comes chasing them. The rocks slick and fragrant and dark. Alright, so they're kind of forced in here by the sounds of it. Everyone's keen to go. These shadows disguise their depth, don't they? Do they hold it up for a bit? No animal something as they stoop out of the rain. Lightning bolt. Okay, so we hear it still rumbling in the distance. The world gives a tectonic shudder. And from outside, obliterating the rain noise, comes the clatter smash of dropping rocks. Oh. I imagine the cave has just been closed behind us, so we are now having to find a different way out. No time before they're buried in darkness. Listen to the earth grumble and turn over. Imagine if that was just the end of our campaign, like something outside of our control, just the storyline. Death, unlucky, 1 in 100 event, and we manage to find it and we just lose. That would be pretty boring, pretty crappy game design, I believe. As things calm, gritty dust stings the eyes, stuffs the nose, smelling of fresh split stone. Everyone alright? Everyone's still here? That'd be a lame way to... Oh, there we go! Meta! Bara's me, I'm alive. Red Air here, I'm here on Beth. Luckily, fire's a simple matter for Red Air. Not lose the X entirely, we're taking the longer look, I guess. Has this worked stone? Ooh, okay. Way forks, we got stairs here, which someone made. And this is looks random, but some other passage. Cold draft from there, very cold. 2 tunnels meet a third, a buried crossing intersection of shadows and time. So now we have to choose which one. Look on enough rocks and you'll find a snake. Let's not go for the entrance. There's the ancient stairs or the chilly passage. I feel like the ancient stairs might find us a way out, but I kind of... Chilly passage kind of suggests that maybe either something in the deep or another exit, because of course, in a cave you wouldn't really get a breeze going through unless there is an exit somewhere else, right? Why don't we see what's down the ancient stairs instead? Something in these old stairs that invites me down. Edges crumble, but the steps mostly hold their shape. Climb is louder on a staircase than it seems anywhere else. A set of eyes there in the distance, that's a little bit worrying. Scuff by scrape, down they go, touch by stone. By touch? Don't know. Finally, the lantern's cast. Lantern's cast, yeah, flies out across an echoing hall. This writing, what's it say? It's Thanaric, I'd need time. But this is promising. A stone behemoth guards the shadows. Okay, he's a hippo, holding a sword and a book. Demut, Thanaric, god of rivers, words and rhyme, and also justice, and I think it's just general wisdom. Do we have to answer a riddle, possibly? Sounds like a decent god. Indeed it does. Demut also showed up to ruin doomed marriages before they could begin. He was the enemy of all betrayers. Bad disturbing him. Ooh, a glowing book. Pick up the book. Take the book. May May bends for the book. It had been leaned unsacredly against the altar's foot, warping its spine. She opens it. I think that is. One word on the first page, Guanad, Narik. So you know how 2 or more casts of light that overlap become the same general radiance? That is Guanad. You know about this stuff, huh? You usually pay so much more attention to everything else. Everyone else, now you're focused. Uh-oh. Whole mountain seems to sigh and then starts sagging inward around the temple vault. Placing the book fails to halt the awful growing noise of collapse. Uh-oh. Do we get split between the others? No, everybody's in the party. There we go. We find a new way. For our further stairs. Down we go. Wanted. Oh, poor Mei. Managed to make it out in time. Rudia drags the half-crushed and bleeding Mei down the shallow stairs of the passage. Oh, got the book. What do we get with the book? I assume it's more potency, more spell damage maybe, so we might give it to one of our casters. Well, and it's also Weird Eye. There's water noise. Okay. We emerge just to the west, undetected amid the pathetic check of gears and bones. Mei plus 0.5 potency this campaign. Okay, that's not too bad. So Thnar's Accordica. Increases the hero's max interfusions by 1 and allows non-mystics to interfuse. Ooh, interesting. Non-mystics to interfuse. So Danny's already carrying. Mingle the mystic's life energy with a blaze or a piece of scenery. Interfuse targets grant vision and can be used for further purposes. So I think, do we want to replace the shield? I think we maybe just go with Onbeth here, honestly. Like, yes, this would be great to allow somebody else to do this as well, and I guess Mei is definitely a target, but I think Onbeth is the right course of action. She's got a wand, she's got the book now. More interfusions should mean that we can maybe get the, I think Onbeth has the one that has the infusion that allows her to do the Splinter Bark Explosion. Start combat with half health. Oof. All heroes begin combat in Grey Plane. That's good. We have a wardrobe to deal with. Amelia, Coachman. We have a wardrobe right at the start. Oh my god, we have a lot of enemies here, don't we? So, speaking of which, Danny, are you the one that has the... How do we quickly pick our skills here? I can't remember how to do the portrait. Right click on there. Danny does not have it, so it is indeed Onbeth that has the Elementalist, which gives us the Splinter Salvo. So, we could go here and here. The issue is, can't quite reach that one. Now, that is a major issue for us. I would love to Splinter Salvo over there as well and do that. We don't have any Scalding Rain. But it's got to be like, do we go for you guys? That should charge through. The Saw Blades does damage all the way around, so we have to be cautious of that as well. Red Air has Cone of Fire, of course, which does a decent chunk of damage. Also has the Shield Shear, also has the Zealous Leap, and I think Red Air also gets multiple attacks, does he not? He has Viciousness. Deal more damage. Guardian, no, Zealous Leap. Battle Dance, there we go. Melee attacks only cost 1 action. So that is an option for us. We could double hit you. I think the Spec deck we don't worry about too much. Now, with regards to this, though, what do we have? We've got a Splinter Blast there, which can share both of the armor of you two. You could go for Discus over there, Rock, Shield, Calcify. We get extra armor if we interfuse with this. We really only have Stone. Stone and Branches, that's all we have. Now, the only issue is if Onbeth was a little bit further across, and Onbeth could get the Elementalist going, then we would be absolutely golden. But the fact that she can only do it with these two, which isn't enough. What is that? A lamp allows us to steal fire, which could be thrown at you. 5 damage. It's tricky, right? It is tricky. And Mei is very weak now thanks to taking damage. You do have the option to go Stalwart mode though. Grants extra armor and stuff, so maybe we go for that. So like we could go here, we could Stalwart, and then we could shear the Coachman. And I'm wondering if the Butler... Can the Butler actually move forward? I think we actually might stand here, and that might block the Coachman from going forward so that the Butler has to go all the way around. I believe that should work, because if you stand here, you won't be able to reach that far, because your slam doesn't reach, does it? So actually that might work quite well. So let's bring Mei up to here. Let's Stalwart. Do we strike? Strike does decent damage. We definitely Stalwart. We have to. Now we have the block. That's good. We could also bring Red Air across to here. Wardrobe does create a new enemy to deal with, but I don't know if it's that much of an issue just yet. Who could we take it out with? Bara? Bara could always take the shot here. I mean, in Grey Plane you do a lot of damage, don't you? Maybe we just go here. That can get a shot onto you. Like over here, for example. So why don't we try this? What shot do we have? Ooh, that's not great. Unless we move Onbeth a little bit closer as well. So if we move Onbeth here, or here. If we move here, then we can reach these trees as well. So I think we go to you here, which also gives the adjacency inspired damage across the board here. That should almost certainly kill you. And I think if you don't die, then we just go like this to trap later on. And we take the shot here. We want to get the kill on the Spectic. And of course we don't. That is unfortunate. At least we will trap you if you move forward. Now Danny can interfuse their Splinter Blast across there. You know, getting the wardrobe is great. I do like the Steel Fire, which maybe I will do the Steel Fire here. Now that we have the extra damage, thanks to that, we will go for this. And how much damage does that do if we throw that there? You should burn on your turn, and it does some damage to you as well on the way through. So we will absolutely go for that. Stunt damage is great as well. So that's one enemy down. That's a great start. We have Mei. She's still currently invisible. I wonder what happens if Coachman can actually attack you while you're invisible. Possibly, possibly not. We go here, that's pretty damn good. Although I'm thinking that we just Zealous Leap over to here. That means that we can double attack afterwards. So let's do that. Let's then go for the shield share here first, which ignores the armor, which is great. Now, who's still to go? We got Onbeth. So Onbeth could interfuse, do 9 damage there, or grasp you. Actually, the grasp would be great to kind of block somebody as well, but it's also pretty damn great damage. So I think actually we will go for that. The alternative is, of course, one of these, but you've already moved, so I think we go here. That's either going to be a Discus. And Discus is great damage. The Wild Grasp is okay. It doesn't move you, does it? It just stops you from moving. That moves you, however. Otherwise, the Discus does do some damage in between. Maybe it's just Discus time. Maybe we just go for the damage. And as long as that doesn't destroy the rocks, then we're okay. So now we have Red Air attacking twice. Let's go 1. And actually, Armor Ignored is great. What about if we do it once more? There's a chance that we kill you and then it's just the Butler. That's pretty damn good. Hey, I tell you what, turn 1, that's good. Mei has the extra block. Thanks to Stalwart. We shredded an armor, that's all that we lost. I'm happy with that. That's not too bad at all. Now we can kill the wardrobe pretty soon here, I believe. Spectic is relatively weak, all things considered. We do manage to pin you for some damage as well. You construct another Semelia, which is okay. There's a lot of magic, a lot of physical armor up here, so we might need to use magic up to the northern end. And in fact, there's no physical armor back here, which is great, because that means that we could just go for the strikes down here, can't we? Now, the only downside is that I think you can only attack once there, can't you, Mei? Because you do not have the same abilities. So what we could do is move you across to this side and then attack from both ways. That's not terrible. You do have the shot here, of course, but again, I think we do want to maybe interfuse... Oh, where'd that fire go? I thought that fire would stick around for a little bit longer than it did. That's a bit of a shame if not. If I interfuse with the lamp, then light it and then throw it this way, there's a chance that that goes far enough, right? So let's try that. Let's go lamp. Let's go illuminate, which also uses an action. And let's throw that fire, which can be thrown here. And that would be a great way to do it. We break a lot of your magic resist. And we do some damage to you. Kill the Semelia here too. Wardrobe is now weaker. And now we just worry about what Bara is going to do. So Bara cannot get the kill there. Can also not reach there. We could go for the ambush, which would do extra damage and actually might get the kill. Because I think ambush does an extra 2 damage. Alternatively, we go for a silk step. I don't know if that's really that sensible there, right? I think so. Instead, Onbeth, what do we have here? Well, we do have the ability to go double trunk and then maybe do Splinter Blast. I'm just wondering, how many infusions can we do on Beth? We gave you the shield, didn't the book, so now you can infuse with 1 extra thing. So I think we actually can go here and here, or is it here and here that I want to go for? Let's try this. Stump. Let's try Tree. And then let's try Splinter Salvo. And that hits here. Okay, I tell you what, that's pretty damn good. Can we actually hit you as well, the Watchman? No, we can't. So we go for you two. And we do manage to kill one, severely weaken the other, and now I'm pretty happy with where we're going. Like, the Watchman is very strong still, but I don't think he's so strong that we can't feel semi-confident in our current situation. The question becomes, how do we deal with this again, of course? We do have Butler here. So with you, we can move you forward and then shred the Watchman. No, we can't. We can only cone of fire you. What about if we cone of fire now? It doesn't quite reach you again, does it? So, I think maybe we attack with you, like so. Kill the Butler. 13 damage. Huge. Red Air is very strong right now. And then I think we just go Guardian for you. We go Guardian for you. And then maybe we back up to here. You do have the fire there, so they would have to walk through the fire or get to this point. I don't know how far they can reach, right? Like it's a bit of range, but it's not huge. I think we move all of the way back. I think we go for a jump draw trap here. And I think we go for an ambush over there as well. So let's see, that's extra damage, and I'm pretty sure that we will hit somebody there. So the Watchman stays far back. We take a little bit of damage, but nothing huge. Spectic, you die, and that's good. Does it also trigger the pin? I hope not. No! Ooh, Red Air's taking a bit of damage, though. Unfortunately doesn't have any magic resist. That's my major concern here. Gonna take another shot there, Red Air. No, thankfully it went to Onbeth, which is great. And a good shot in return. Amelia with the adjacency bonus. That's what we want to see. Now, with that in mind, we can jump over and shield share, and maybe that's exactly how we go for it. Or maybe... No, we don't have the trees necessary to do another one over here, do we? We do have the discuses. We would need to maybe go for the fire again. Like if we did this lamp, would we be able to do a fire through here? Possibly, possibly not though. Alternatively, we do have the splint blast over here, which might reach over there, but I doubt it. I'm just surprised that you decided to stay back though, honestly, but I think that's fine. The Semelia needs to die so that Red Air is safe. How best to go about that? Great question. We do have the discus down here. We do have the wild grasp down here as well. We could pull you forward. We could splinter blast you as well and shred off your armor. I think honestly splinter blasting here is the best way to go about it. So you are now very, very weak to any melee attacks. I do wonder if I leap you across and then just attack twice. That's going to be basically you taken care of with one of our allies. Why can you not? Oh, you have to move. We can't actually leap you all the way. That's unfortunate. The alternative would be to go this way. Or we go for something else. We could move you a little bit further. Don't know if you shoot again or not though. That's a little bit scary with how much health you have too. We can go for the shot. We can kill the Spectic. And I think that is what we want to do. Problem solved. Again, if we keep everyone close, then we do get the extra attacks back on them. For attacking us. Let's actually just do the lamp play again. The lamp play is working well, and I think it should be able to take out the Semelia. And if it doesn't, well, RIP. 75%, please don't miss. There we go. The blaze should kill you on your turn, so that's now you dealt with. We do have May. Which way do we go? Do we start working towards our wardrobe? Do we head down this way? How do we deal with this guy? Do we move him across? Maybe we jump. But we can't attack from there. That's my issue. We can attack from there and send a fire that way, but no, I think maybe we just go for you this way then if that's the case. Let's jump this way. Let's shield share. So we just double strike. Double strike might be enough to kill actually. Yeah, why bother with it? 100% chance to hit as well. So the wardrobe has no blocking, no real way of dodging things. That's great news for us. May has really good armor. You do 6 to 8 damage. There's a chance you could die here. So yes, you have good armor, but I think we back up a little bit. 6 to 8. We jump over here, and I think we Guardian again. Hopefully Watchman doesn't kill us. You do die there, which is great. The Guardian doesn't work. Bara takes a bit of a beating. But the good news is that we should be able to take you out now. So that can't reach down there. That's unfortunate. Go for Onbeth. Actually, we move you back. Unfortunately can't Zealous Leap, but we can move you across to here. And we just go for, well, okay. Tell you what, I guess Red is just going to deal with everything for us. So Danny might get a level up? No, ever so close though. Not too bad, we managed to get the victory done. Throwing net, offhand. I think we just go for the salvage here, honestly. Being able to pin units are quite useful, but I think maybe salvaging so that we can maybe combine that or make that into something else would be a little bit better for us. So a Sash of Power, bonus damage. Now again, who has bonus damage attacks? No real bonus damage based ones here. It's potency that we're looking for. But I guess bonus damage just on everything, isn't it? So we've already got the Sash on you. What about Danny? Whoops. Danny. Onbeth does have the Elementalist. Damage plus that, Indignance. 2 true damage. Yeah, actually the bonus damage... Oh no, but you've already got one. Okay, Mei. What do you have there, Mei? Maybe we just go for Danny. Danny has more ranged attacks, more often doing damage each turn there, right? So I think that makes sense. Nothing moving in here. I think it's time to get back. I'm going to take a peek upstairs is all. Never hurts to be thorough. But the ground floor is the weather-burnt room. So no one's lived here in a while. Ooh. And look at this. That. A life's lonely remains. Sure, but look. The shield. Okay, no, it's a bear claw shield. The Knights of Starlock. Okay, so we get a new shield maybe. Warner Zillion was my favourite. Okay, if this was his. In the end though, I guess they didn't really save him, did it? Okay, so we do get an artifact. Bonus damage, not too bad. Now, we do have to replace one of these, so I guess it's just basically a better shield, isn't it? So, 1 less damage from non-flanking attacks. We definitely want to replace this. Danny's got full hand, so I guess we give it to Mei. Get extra bonus damage as well, which is very, very nice. It's just a better shield. So I guess I didn't need to make that shield or claim it beforehand. So, butlers do extra damage now. Scary. Bit of a worry. All these cards that we have to contend with. Oh, I forgot about that from the last time I played. Now, we do have Danny with her little mission. Hopefully her mission does not send us too far away. We do need to build a station here. We also want to secure that area too. So I think we will build this, move across here, build that, start doing the mountain range. But first, why don't we start with this opportunity? One of those modest, hopeful nights. Nothing's gone wrong in a week. That our mindscapes have their own geography, ranges of thought, forests of figment, lakes of longing, and mires of prejudice. To quest among those inner climes is just as daring a venture as the traditional hero's journey. They told me to come get you. Storytelling games they're doing. Danny? The doctor's text. Dr. Blood. Name is someone with a winking face. Threw it into the water. Basically, I had to retrieve it, which is natural for a dog, I suppose. Wow! Rude. I hope that person wasn't planning to come back for it. I feel like it's a safe assumption, but maybe. Alright, can I go? So, it's going to be Danny and Red Air. Danny's full health, Red Air is a little bit hurt, but based on the journey... Okay, so Red's going to go with, and then do we send Bara as well? It does kind of set the trifecta there, so Magician, Bara herself, and Red Air. And yeah, let's actually send this party out as they are. So, with that in mind, we keep everybody else here, we secure it, we try and find an item as well, and we keep our 2 other party members here to do so. So thankfully the Labour works, or the Mystic works quicker. The Labour goes twice as fast, which means that we secure this even faster than we otherwise would. How far back are you going? Quite a ways, unfortunately. It would have been nice if it was somewhere nearby, but hey, it is what it is. Now, unfortunately, the incursion shouldn't be for a while, but we might get the Calamity cards coming shortly, and before we get a chance to actually finish out this chapter. And what item do we get here? We get a Heartwood and an Ingot, of course, lovely. We get an Augment for Stunt Chance. Now, Stunt Chance is very good. So Red Air is currently retiring at the end of this chapter, which is unfortunate. I think we probably want Bara to have this, although Bara has a higher chance of dying, I suppose. You know what, let's give it to Bara. Stunting with Bara sounds pretty good. Now we've claimed that, let's go and build this as well. Let's do Heartwood and Hides, 2 Heartwoods and Spell Threads. You know what, let's go for... You know what we want to go for. What items are we lacking? We've got quite a few Heartwoods, we need some Hides. We go for some Hides, maybe we go for some Hides. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's build with you 2. How long does it take? It takes 38 days total, which means that we are going to get the Calamity cards coming through. And we have arrived here with these 3, which is great as well. The journey often seems directionless to Red Air. Long cuts chosen over short expeditions through the brambles and along barren tracks. They take hungry trails, starve for forage as much as possible. Danny seems to wake each morning with confidence with her eyes. I think you don't even know who we are, do you? I feel like I've done this one before. It's inside of me. They're my insides. Ah, yes, we have done this one beforehand. So, you're going to speak to a pig, aren't you? We'll just skip past this a little bit. There's a talking pig. Now, we get options here. The pig is sick. The pig talks to us. We're talking to the pig. So, there are some viruses inhibiting our body, because this kind of story is kind of ethereal look into the gaze of what's inside of us, I guess. And you can see the parasites there. So we either choose remove the bacteria or talk to the disease and let it live with us. I can't remember which is the best one. Let's actually just disperse of the bacteria. Let's fight it this way and see how we go. But yeah, I know that we have done the other one in the past. Okay, let's start with damage. And yeah, okay, this is what's really good about both the cone of fire here. So we just stand right here. Actually, let me just quickly check. Danny, you interfuse, what do you do? Barrage is good. Nearby area. Bone Lance would be cool as well. What's up there? Wild Grasp. No, we want some sort of AoE stuff. So it's either going to be Discus. Bone Lance again. Would we be able to get that one as well if I... No, probably not. So I think we do interfuse with this. And I think we start out with a Barrage, which hits 2 of you. Like so. We get a stunt damage, which is great. Red Air moves up. Actually, if he leaps, that's good. Then he cones of fire. Like so. There's a bit of damage to all. Not an amazing amount, to be honest. That's my concern. Oh, that ends your turn, because that's not a regular attack. Okay, so I expected to be able to do more than what we currently have. That's a shame. Let's go jump jaw here. And then, do we get a chance to kill you here? That's my only concern again. If I go here, you got attacked from this side. If I go here, it has to be over here is the issue. Did I throw that through and not on? Oh, that's my fault. Okay, whoops. Let's move Bara here. And let's actually undo that. I feel like that could lead to Bara dying. Let's then jump jaw this side as well. Try and pin everybody. And let's go for you. Good. One enemy down. So if you try and move the long way around, you will die. This infection's probably going to attack us, but at least you got pinned across there. One armor was shredded. Ah, you're both moving this way. Okay. Thankfully that was blocked. We'll be absolutely fine here. We hit ya. And then we hit ya. Problem solved. Now, what do we get out of this one? I can't remember what the other one gave us. Was it temporary health or something? Living in harmony with that? Danny gets a level up, which is huge. Red Air almost gets a level up. If only we could increase his retirement age. So what do we get? Bonus damage to enemies or allies around. Vine Wrench and upon interfusing with a tree into Grey Plane. See, that's not too bad. All has more HP further distance. Increase from +2 to +5. Increases that. I like the idea of the naturalist advanced infusions there, so we'll take that. We get extra speed on one of our party members, which I guess we'll just choose Danny because everybody else is basically full up. Let's go for that there. And nice and easy. So the pig should be happy with us. It's a disease now it's gone. Got an item, also doesn't matter. Goodbye, goodbye. And what happens? Now we cook that and she absolutely makes a delicious meal for us all. So, we'll skip by this again, of course. I feel like it's just reiterating what happened. Oh, and we get Danny, of course, gets an opportunity level up, and her retirement age increases too. So she can now interfuse with 2 additional targets, which is actually pretty huge. Plus a 3rd potency. Sharpshooter is interesting with ranged attacks. No, don't really care. +1. Once per combat, Danny gets +1 action point, and attack actions only cost 1 action point this turn. That's pretty damn good. Increase from +2 armor, +1 warding to +3 armor, +2 warding. So Danny would be even tankier. It's going to be one of these two, right? I don't know if attack actions include the ones that we get from the infusions. Possibly, possibly not. Let's go for our endurance, though. I think just making you as tanky as possible. We will then send everybody back to do this. The entire party means that we will build that a little bit faster. I'm wondering... We are going to have this Calamity card coming through shortly, so we only have 1 point. So let's see, the Deepest gets stronger. Somelias have extra health, that's a bit scary. Morthagi Groundskeeper. Don't know if I've seen the Groundskeeper beforehand, but that also sounds a little bit scary. So we're going to finish building that. Provides that now. Now we have to carve a pass to here. And let's get started. And let's just use everybody here. Because we already have everything that we need. We just basically need to finish off this last one here. I'm not too sure. Maybe I should have built it from the Thmopple Blind or whatever the hell it's called. But hey, we're going to do it this way. Shouldn't be too much of an issue for us. Get across there. Maybe scout the tile to reduce the danger a wee bit. Everybody's across. Let's go and scout. Everybody's back to full health, which is also great. We really just want to make it before the next incursion is the thing, right? So, and ideally the next Calamity card as well. So, I don't think we can justify scouting this area or removing the infection. I think we just have to assault this with its current strength so that we don't get any more calamity cards before the end of this campaign or end of this chapter of the campaign. This is the final fight of the chapter. I think we can do it in this episode, so let's make a start here. They found Valand waiting at Tealstoop Laffery, just as he had promised. This is Tealstoop Laffery, but where? It's probably underneath. Stomp around a bit. So this is the man that we met earlier. Finally found it. There we go. One doesn't research mortifices for years just to remain completely useless. That's fair. The wide floorstone eventually yielded to Rita and Barra's efforts, revealing dusty steps into the dark. Still up for clearing it out. That was the plan. Why I came all the way here and why I made this. Oh, that's a sick axe that you got there, mate. You're joining us. Fine as brambles, my knees are splitting into shards. My ears remind me of the debts I owe them. And perhaps another fighter isn't how I want to end. It's not yet. So you're going to give that to one of us. Okay. One of you will take down more foes than I could at this point. I'll stay out here. I'm no surgeon, but I can tell anyone who... That looked like a two-handed weapon. So that's my only concern, is that if we give it to May, we might lose the shield that we gave her. That upgraded artifact shield. It is a great axe. Actually, no. I think it's just one-handed, right? Yeah, so it goes from basic to that. We lose stunt chance, we lose block, we lose accuracy, but we get almost twice as much damage. We get same range, we shred, and we also have increased stunt damage. So we stunt left often, shreds more armor than a normal axe. That's actually huge, so we go for this, remove this one here. It is two-handed though. Yeah, so that is unfortunate. We'll go for this one then. I think we just go for the backhand one, so that way we get to keep the shield as well. Take the clock stopper, and maybe because May has the ability to go stalwart and get +3 armor and +3 magic resist, I think we maybe just go with her melee weapon like this as her chosen option. So, with that in mind, Red Air moves across here. Go you here. Go May here. I think we have to go for Onbeth here so that she gets the adjacency bonus next to everybody. And Danny here and Barra here. Now we will just wait. Actually, if we go for the ambush shot here, that means that she gets a free shot next time, doesn't she? So we will... We interfuse with this? No, I don't think so. I think we wait. And I think that May can open the door. Yes, so we have a weak... Oh, haberdasher. Handles heavy metal, spews toxic smoke. Suddenly a structure hums to life and begins to spew a skull-splitting fog through the room. But I don't think we want to be standing too close to one another. We have to destroy that quickly by the looks of it. Where is it? Right at the very end. Immune to knockback, immune to compulsion, spews toxic smoke. Okay, must be shut down. So we're going to have to go and take it out ASAP. What is the best way to do it? We have May who cannot reach there, unfortunately. May cannot get an attack on anybody because you are blocked by the barricade. Red Air can attack here, but only with your magic, I think. Unless we maybe Zealous Leap, which only gets you to there. We do have the Cone of Fire, of course, so we could consider that. Now, what can we interfuse with here? We have the Infernal Rain from this one, Splinter Blast here, and the Steel Fire here. So I think we actually just... Oh, what's this one behind? The Barricade. Let's try for the Infernal Rain with the Stone Tubs. We do find another enemy too. Where does the Infernal Rain reach? It does reach you. It does reach you. It does not reach you. So, we have options here. Is the Spectre going to reach us? I don't actually know that it is. I think we go for you to begin with. Good hit and full armor shredding is fantastic. So, with that in mind, I think we actually jump Red Air up, like so. We then move him up, and he just absolutely wails on this dude here. Right, I did not want to see that miss. You do have a spear, you should be able to reach from one extra. Okay, maybe I'm just miscalculating that quite clearly. We will move up to here. We will then stalwart, and can I see where the clouds are? Or is that just clouds that hurt us at the end of the turn, maybe? Like if I go up to here, then I can go to the barricade and... Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's move up to here. Let's move Onbeth up. Oh, Onbeth can't move anymore. Onbeth should have moved up to here so that we could get the extra damage on Danny. That should have been what I went for. Barrage is good, and that can do more damage there, but I feel like the Splinter Blast here is good for the Shred, for the Pierce, and can we get the... that guy as well? No, but we can start working on the haberdasher, which I think we do want to take out sooner rather than later. The only downside is we've now opened up that gap, but thankfully we haven't done it with this barricade here yet, so should be fine. We do have a spectic there, and take a shot here if I move across to here, which probably should be the way to go about it. We cannot take a shot onto you. Can you make it through there? I don't think you can actually. That workbench blocks you, so you're going to have to go all the way around anyway. We move you here. We go for a jump jaw here. We go for an ambush. Oh, we really can't see much around there, can we? We go for an ambush there. Which way do you move? We're all taking 1 damage for being near the haberdasher. Great kill there, though. And I think maybe we explode the barricade there so that we can run through a little bit faster and deal with you quicker as well. Spectic's taking the long way. All of the Spectics running around. And the coachman. Okay, so the coachman's going to be a concern for us. But most importantly is we have to take out the haberdashery. I don't know why. Haberdashery just sounds even cooler than the other ones. Let's wait here. If we move you up, where does the Infernal Rain reach? Only to there. We definitely want to reach something like the barrage across there. Can we do so like here, here? Like here we can reach this one. But I'm wondering if we do actually go up to here. We do get the extra bonus damage. We have the Infernal Rain, which unfortunately doesn't hit both. You can discus, but it has to hit this one. So I think, Danny, you interfuse with this barricade. We can now explode this and get through this way. You Splinter Blast. Free up some space here. Hopefully the whole barricade gets destroyed. It does. That's quite good. Now it means that we can bring our party members through this way. We could Cone of Fire through to you, which should kill you in the front as well, which honestly I don't hate the idea of. Bara can take a shot. Unfortunately, Bara can only take a shot at you if you move all the way up. But do we take 1 extra damage in the process? Let's move Red Air here. He does have good armor. How much damage do you do? Not a huge amount. I think if we Cone of Fire you, there's a chance that we kill you as well. So I think we go for this. We do kill you. You dodged it, but that means that the fire is there instead, which honestly is okay. May unfortunately can't do too much, so do we send Bara up to here? Take a shot at that Spectic? I think that's the best course of action. And I think what we also do is we either jump jaw this way or this way. I think we do put this here, and then we take the shot at you. That's a bad dodge. That is a bad dodge. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to move May up. May's taking the long scenic route out. And we do have you, I guess, so we could go for a discus. That is a chance of killing you. We go for the Infernal Rain, one of the two. 81%, 81%. I don't think it's going to dodge any further. I think we just go for the kill onto you then, which means that Rhea shouldn't take any damage. We don't waste the pin onto you. And this does less damage, and that saves the Infernal Rain for later on. So, 9 damage, Spectic done. I thought that Bar was actually our last movement, so that's actually quite good for us, but charge throw. Who do you throw? Okay, Onbeth blocked it. You did manage to break that, but I think honestly breaking that is good for us, as we have more space to move up and do damage to this as well. Now you're building the back. We have to destroy this as soon as possible. I think if we move up, we can do some pretty great damage to it. Onbeth can interfuse over here and over here. Could also move up and interfuse with something a bit stronger, like the barrage up there. Not too sure if it would be able to hit all of them though. We do have the Steel Fire, which can throw that across. We could possibly interfuse with this fire, but it wouldn't go far enough. Now the Coachman is something that we have to be careful of, because you do the Saw Blades attack, so if we do manage to pin you, that would be great. Or kill you, but I'm not too sure if that's going to work. We do have the Constrict, we can hobble. I don't know if I should have gone this way, honestly. That's probably a mistake on my part. But if we move up to here, we can attack the haberdashery right away. Let's actually do that. We Zealous Sleep though. Zealous Sleep doesn't get us close enough. But I still think it's worth it. We Zealous Sleep. We attack you here. We still get another turn. Now we either Cone of Fire, which isn't bad. And I think that is how we're going to deal with it. But I think we also move up to here. Now the question is, can we pin you? I think the best way for that is to interfuse with one of these. Bone Wall. We could Bone Wall and block you behind. Actually, that might not be a terrible idea. Then you can't really get through because you've already done your charge move. Yeah, let's actually consider that one. Actually consider moving back this way as well. let's move everybody up a little bit further than we otherwise would. So, Onbeth, you go in the middle. You give extra damage to everybody. Danny, you go for an interfuse onto here to constrict, which hopefully can hit you. And then move up, say here for example. And then if we go for the constrict here, 75% chance to hobble you. Now I can't remember what a hobble does. The dodge is not what we want to see. Dodge is absolutely not what we want to see. That's not great. That means that we kind of have to interfuse with something here that can also do the same thing to you. Or try and go for damage. Now, I think the alternative was that we go for... Oh no, you don't have the option for that. Oh no, it was only Danny that had the option for the bone wall. That's a big yikes moment. How much range? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We won't have enough range for that. What we can do is move you across to here. Bara, we could take the shot. 99% chance to kill you. I think that's going to be the best course of action for us. Good. 10 damage with the little extra stunt damage. That means that we don't take damage anymore. That's good. Breathing is the best. Indeed it is. You could go here and wait for a Guardian. But I think you're probably going to move down this way is the issue. So we have Onbeth. Onbeth, what can you do? You can't interfuse with that. You can go for a Barrage. You can go for a Bone Lance. It does pierce. You can go for the Blaze. Interfuse fires to not burn out. Yeah, it's 9 damage. I think that's worth it, right? So we take this fire. We throw it onto you. Like so. That's also damage from this side, which is great to see. That's the stun too. 8 damage with one being warded. We do have to worry about the Watchman a little bit, but hopefully Red Air up the front will be able to take it. And Bara might die if you get shot at. That's also a concern for us. I guess the issue is, do we throw something here? If we throw it this way, then we have a chance of hitting our own characters as well. So maybe we just go into Guardian mode. What is our alternate move? Swap weapon. A little sword or something? No, it's the crossbow, isn't it? Does the crossbow do anything for us? No, not really. So we swap weapon again, we go into Guardian mode, hopefully you move into melee distance, and same with you, I think. We really want the Coachman to come here to face Mei Mei. But this is a risky move. This is a really risky move, and I don't really like how we're dealing with it. The fact that you didn't get a chance to attack there is great. You're going there, which is scary. You're going to attack everyone. Onbeth almost dying. Please don't go for Onbeth. There we go, that's okay. We're alive. We are alive. So we move over to here. And we kill you here. Let's go for the shield share first, just to be sure. Block that. But that means that you won't block this attack, right? There we go. Okay, so we did manage to kill you. Onbeth is on 1 HP. We don't want to lose Onbeth. That much is certain. We have Bara here. Bara can take a shot. Bara could move up and take a shot. But we need to take out the Watchman for that to happen. So... with that in mind, we can barrage, which I think would be able to hit both of you. And I think that's how we do it, because that means that we're doing damage from the rear. But we should also start with a shield share. So shield share is good. Then we go for a barrage, which hits here, maybe even kills the Wildling. Fantastic. Now we get extra damage from attacking from this side. Like so. Not quite enough to take you out. What about with this shot? This shot looks like it will. Great stuff. Lover's Vengeance, working great. Then I think we get Red Air up as far as we can. Maybe pretend or to guard at that door. Now, unfortunately, he has already used his extra move. We have to be a little bit cautious of how we approach this. Let's move it here. I actually didn't see what... it looks like a Spectic over there. Wondering if we just Guardian there. Bar has already moved. Onbeth needs to be very, very cautious. Rubble, Shackle, Shackle, Barrage, Splinter Salvo. I think we maybe just play a little bit safe there. Onbeth stays back a little bit. In fact, let's withdraw from this fire. And then let's move over to here. The issue is if somebody has range and then tries to attack you. I'll be very concerned about that. Do we get any extra vision from there? No, we don't. Just Red Air left to go. He can... you know what? He can Cone of Fire, which should encourage others to go the long way around there. Oh, the fire stopped there. Oh, the fire spread onto his square. Well, that was about as bad of a turn as it could possibly be for Red Air. I don't think he takes damage, though, because it spread on his turn there rather than actually, you know... dealing big damage. So we do go for you. We do have the Spectre across there. We would love to bring Bara across in a position to attack. But I think maybe we just send Bara here. He gets a chance to ambush whoever comes through this part of the area. And now we just send Mei Mei up as far as she can go, which is not very far at all. She's not very mobile, that's for sure. But we can send up you. I think maybe we just interfuse. Whoops. Whoops, okay. Well, that is what it is. I don't know if I had the option to do the other one, but, you know, what can you do? Let us interfuse with this fire. Let us then throw the fire over to here. And Red Air can then just sit here. You can sit here and throw a fire underneath you again. Hopefully that does a little bit of damage to you. Stunt, beautiful. Give him the damage past. That will continue to do damage. Let's just wait here. Onbeth is good sitting back there. We have definitely taken a bit of damage here. Ooh, oh, great damage with the prepared shot there. Otherwise, Red Air could have taken some damage. And it looks like this should be the end of the combat, which is great to see. Now, we do have the option to move you through. What about if we Zealous Leap right over to here? Good stuff. Is there anybody else in this room? No, it doesn't appear so. So, we can just probably double strike. Or, well, I mean, who's interfused with this one? You are. We can throw that there, and that's huge damage. Okay. Red Air will be able to get the kill here again. He's been fantastic. And, yeah, wardrobe completed. We did get very lucky that Onbeth did not die. I'm not sure if she had a chance of dying, but nonetheless, it was a little bit too close for comfort. Now, that is a level up as well. We found a shield. Danny's hands are full. I think we just salvage this, honestly. And Red Air is upgraded. Can we make it so that he maybe can stay around for a little bit longer? Maybe? The swift action, Red Air engages foe, forcing it to attack. Red Air grants, yeah, I think the aid might be quite good. Guide him to a distant tile. I mean, Windwalk is fantastic. Let's go for Windwalk, but again, I think he is going to vanish at the end of this one. Unless we manage to get a little upgrade. How do things shake out? They've been disassembled, is a polite way of putting it. We'll melt down what we can. So you pulled it off then. Good, we can rest for a bit. What do you mean a bit? We destroyed their source, didn't we? Nothing's crawling out of there again. This workshop was not the only one ever in operation, and Morthagi's ability to lie dormant and bide their time is one of their greatest strengths. I hope I'm wrong, but in case I'm not, and in case I'm not around to help next time, not around, then you have to consider when you reach my age. In case I'm not, keep your wits about you. Okay, so that should be the end of this one. We get a whole bunch of heartwoods, which is fantastic. Decent number of hides. You know, respectable number of ingots and fabrics, and a couple of spell threads as well. So next up, we undermine. So we lose the Spectre's extra damage, Dweaver's armor, and we remove the Coachman, which actually helps out a wee bit there to begin with, so that's great to see. During the years of peace, Onbeth tended to Mystic Seed until one day it sprouted. Oh, that's the one that we got from the footsteps of the beast, isn't it? Maybe sprouted wasn't the right word. Burst up in a shower of dirt, producing small fond noises. Don't get attached to it, I'll eat you if I get hungry. Its growth would be incredibly slow, but perhaps endless. Ah, maybe that's the baby of one of those things there, right? It was true that Stews is incredible. There you go. Danny planted a tree for each life she hadn't been able to save. Oh, that's Rusk. Bara gathered a merry band of underlings who shared her appreciation for the sparkly things in life, and they all marched off to strike secrets out of old castles. Speaking of which, with Red Air retiring this turn, I hope that we get another party member to replace him. If not, we're down to 4 party members, and that's going to be rough until we recruit another one. Westwold Earthworks presented the Keepers of Divinity with a series of painted pottery commemorating their battle that freed their sight. If only the gals back home could see this. Mei Mei spent a month tracking the golden stag. When I raised a weapon for the kill, the stag looked her straight through the eyes. Imagine hunting a stag with a great axe there. That is impressive, Mei Mei. So the stag kept you away. Red Air took residence in the mountain. He retired. He heads into our legacy and maybe part of a future story. There we go. There we go. And now Bardair. So Red Air's son, Red Air and Bara is great. So Bara will still be there to look after her son in battle. Paladin is great. Engage is okay. Raider. Start a fire. I don't mind starting a fire, but I feel like Paladin is just such a useful one there that I always love taking it. So who benefited most from Red Air's guidance? Good question. So Bardair, Mei Mei, Onbeth, all who read his tale. Interesting, interesting. So we could go for the legacy points, which would give us the option to maybe use that to spend more stuff shortly. Wonder if Bardair... I'm wondering if we should give it to Bardair, who will be a low level, given that it will be the, you know, most sketchy part of this fight here. Or do we go for the legacy points for character upgrades? I think we give it to Bardair and see what happens. Oh, Holy shit. Okay, I'm glad I chose that. Alright, that was much better than the alternative there. I'm just getting a few legacy points. So every turn, even if you're... So Paladin upgraded is fantastic. Frightens the enemy, forcing to spend the next turn running away. That's not too bad. Wolf Call, extra speed is okay. Let's go for the upgraded Paladin. What else do we have here? Blood Rage. Melee and ranged attacks deal more damage based on the percent of health he's missing, up to a max of +4 damage. That's not too bad. Places Guardian. Leaps up to 2 tiles in order to intercept the foe. Wouldn't mind rerolling, but I think honestly of all of these options, Sentinel's okay. But actually, no, the Sentinel's not bad, because we do have the Paladin. So we're going for a full Guardian build with you. I don't mind. We make Bardier tanky, and then if he loses health, because he doesn't have great armor, just let's try the Blood Rage. I don't think I've ever chosen it beforehand. This could be the way to go. So he's got a level 1 spear, level 1 armor. May only has level 1 armor, but a level 3 weapon. Huge. We have a few ingots here, so what do we go for? We can go for an upgraded one of these, discount of 3, so it would just be a good number of our Heartwoods, but I do like the range component of this weapon. Stunt damage is okay as well. And is this one-handed? It is one-handed, so we could get a shield on top of it there, which is not too bad. I do like the idea of that. Danny could probably do with an upgraded staff too. And how much does that cost? What does that go for? Heartwoods and spell threads. So yeah, we could spend quite a bit on spell threads going for that. And I think we will go for an upgraded weapon here. We go for a tier 3. How much does that cost? A lot of Heartwoods. This is less, or fewer Heartwoods, excuse me. And I think we go for just a regular level 3 spear. The stunt damage is great. The regular damage is okay too. We go for a different type of weapon. Oh, this is the only one that we can get a tier 3 of. Doesn't cost too much in the way of ingots. So let's upgrade this. We'll create that. And for Danny's staff, I feel like we should go for 1 LP. 1 LP, that doesn't sound too bad. Let's go for that. So a tier 2 staff from a tier 0. Seems pretty damn good. Now remember, this should be our last part of the campaign, so I really want to make sure that we make the most of it. May, you can upgrade your armor as well. Do we go for less speed and more armor? I think we have to, right? Stunt chance is pretty good, dodge is okay. Although I don't like the reduced movement speed, so I think we actually go for the Brawl Guard instead. Let's create this. And can we go for this one as well? No, too much LP. Now what else can we buy? We could go for a shield. No, we can't. We can go for a throwing net. Or throwing knives. Use 3 times per mission as a swift action. Does 2 damage, 5 range. I mean, it's not terrible, is it? But I don't know if I love it. Danny has that. We make an upgrade of the wand. No, we can't. Far too expensive. Bara, any upgrade of your weapon? Nope. But we can, actually, if we do it with 1 LP. And I think that actually isn't too bad. Ingots, fabrics, and an extra hide. We get less speed, but much better armor. And I think this is important because Bara has been taking a bit too much damage as of late. We will create that. So we do have a level 2 armor. Everybody's got level 2 weapons or better except for Onbeth, which is a bit of a shame. And we don't think we can do anything about that. It's far too expensive. But honestly, that's pretty damn good. And look at these things. They're beautiful in their own way, but they're not people. They were never meant to be. I think you can stick your soul into one and whatever comes out the other end will still be you. Yeah, good luck with that. What's the alternative? Death? Yeah, death's alright. Oh, hang on. That doesn't sound too good. Or having some abomination. I mean, instead of being this, I mean, the alternative sounds alright compared to being one of these forever. That's worse torture than any honesty loss. Honest, you're being selfish. You can't see beyond your own conception of what a person is. This could usher in a new era of humanity, and it wouldn't be humanity. Indeed, so they have their disagreement. I'll change your mind. Didn't have to, but because I apparently care about you for whatever reason, I can't remember at the moment. So what they're doing is I think they both put their bodies into these Morthagi, which were the ones that taught us to run earlier. And they're trying to become together, you know. The one that's trying to run away probably is the one that isn't too keen on becoming that one. I want you to know that just by coming here, I've put your land at risk. Morthagi erupt when they catch wind of any of us. Well, then I won't waste your time. I'll just ask directly, can you make me into one of you? Oh, Valen's looking to do the same thing. I've built most of a body based on my studies of your late friend, but I need your help to finish the job. I'm a skilled middle worker and was a decent fighter in my younger days as well. I know I can be an asset to you and your people. You can tell me not to do it. No one has called us people in a long time. Are you certain it's not a safeguard against death? You've seen that firsthand. I don't need a safeguard, I just need a way to halt my own decay. How old were you when you became enduring? As old as me? No, then you don't know what it's like. Nobody does until they get here. Grow up thinking your elders just, oh, is he going to be the big baddie at the end of this one? Just like complaining about the drakes and weariness, you think they're like sitting in the same chair day after day watching clouds pass. You don't realize that they do it because anything more has become possible. It's deep, man. Deep. I don't want to reach the point if there's a better way, and that's a reasonable better way, yeah, questionable, then you have understood where others have not. It feels good to have someone understand. Come with me, we'll make our best effort. A reasonable amount of time later, there's Bardier. Meeting with the party, I've been talking with the carpenter from Baron's Foster. Getting overwhelmed with people driven out of the surrounding regions by the Morthagi, the Keepers of Divinity needs to help. We don't mean helping them build houses, as wholesome as that sounds, no. Here we go, all monsters draw an extra monster card every battle, so we're going to be swarmed even further. And with that we start the next part of the campaign. Not too sure what party or chapter we're up to. Chapter 3, is that all? So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 afterwards maybe? In any case, I think that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you all very much for tuning in there. You guys have been absolutely fantastic as always. Feel free to give the video a like and a subscription if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now there, folks. See ya.